What is going on, YouTube guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. It is your boy Pokestocks here, bringing you with some banger content, guys. And of course, I'm so excited to show you all this new episode. Of course, if you've not already, please go ahead and join the Discord, guys. I always like to say this: we're not building members, we're not building numbers, we're building a community. If you guys actually want to be part of something, have interactive, talks with me, have interactive talks with everyone in the Discord, build relationships, build those really solid, those really solid just times, guys, then I would really recommend the Discord. I'm not just promoting this as a YouTuber, I'm actually being for real. Of course, this is not financial advice, so take all of this for your own word and please do your own research, guys, as markets and Pokemon as a hobby changes all of the time. Let's hop right into this. So we have Black Bolt White Flare, guys, just released nearly 3 days ago, and prices are sort of where they were expected to be. We have Black Bolt White Flare ETBs dropping in price right now as we speak. They're not dropping significantly, they're dropping sort of fadingly right now. We're seeing just a few dollars get knocked off every single day, so who knows. But we're seeing some really good investments right now being made into this set, more so at MSRP. Here's my thought, as always, guys, just what I've seen as an investor. Even if you're new into the hobby, even if you got into Prismatic evolutions, what you guys should be paying attention to is the fact that, since Prismatic came out, that's been a total of 4 sets, right? You had Prismatic, Journey, Destin, and Black Bolt White Flare. Those are 4 sets, including Prismatic. So, you guys should have been realizing now that every time a set comes out, prices do drop. So, always remember that. And I do want to make it pretty freaking clear to you guys that usually this is what we see. We usually see prices, before release go for an interesting price, and then on release, or right before release, we see prices skyrocket, and then literally right after release, guys, we see prices fall, climb down, we hit sort of an all-time low, and then we slowly pick back up. And usually, depending on how much Pokemon prints during this time, I do want to make it pretty clear, guys, that this is the time that people really don't pay attention to, but I would really recommend paying attention to sort of the after claps. Usually a week or two after release is when we see prices really start to pick up. And, we see this with Destin Rivals right now. And I do want to make it pretty clear, guys, what I've just preached is usually what happens. And I'm going to go ahead and look at a Black Bolt ETB and see if this is accurate. If you look at past, month, unfortunately we don't really have those pre-selling prices because it didn't go back too far. We only had them around a month, but as you guys could see, what's a good example? I think this is not bad. We as you guys can see right here, we saw prices go really high, sort of, I guess, to make it more in more of a bigger picture for you guys. If we zoomed in on it, we had prices be like this, and then as you guys could see, looking at TCG Player right now, we saw prices fall on release. Boom. This is what we're currently going through right now, guys. We're going through this section right now, and then this might be 3 days. We'll see prices really start to level out. And then, guys, as I said, this is the very important part. So please make sure you are paying attention to Black Bolt and White Flare as a set in general during this next time. To be completely honest, you should probably pay a lot of attention in 2 weeks to the set to really see where its flatten out prices are going to be in the market we're in. If we're talking about freaking, if scalping didn't exist or you were in a normal time of the Pokemon community, 2 weeks, we would really see prices be at all-time lows and be at a very good price. But, where we're at today, guys, we might see prices pick up, which is a bit interesting. So please keep that in mind. To sort of go back, guys, to what we're seeing as a whole right now, we have some of the chase cards right now going for $500, which is absolutely insane to me. It's crazy. In fact, I would like to sort of compare this, guys, to Prismatic evolutions, because if we combine Black Bolt and White Flare together, we have multiple chase cards going for hundreds of dollars, which brings me to a very valid point, guys, that this set has some very high prices. I'm hoping they fall down so it's more affordable and investable for a lot of us who want to go ahead and get into it. But that's a quick overview. If you guys are going to ask me, Pokestocks, would you recommend investing in a Black Bolt White Flare right now? What would I say? Of course, this is my opinion, so please take it that way. I think investing in Black Bolt White Flare right now is not the greatest choice. I'm not saying that's the worst, because I do think that prices will pick back up, because I've been paying attention. When was the last time you guys saw Journey together or Destin Rivals ETBs after release day? never, right? We just don't see them anymore. It's really concerning. So I'm thinking what will happen after 2 to 3 weeks after the set came out, I think we'll start to see prices really pick back up for this set. And the main big factor of that is the fact that this set does not contain a booster box, as it's a special set. So a lot of people will be targeting the ETBs to get the packs, guys. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's the worst decision to invest into it, but if you really want to try to get the best bang for your buck and be more smart about it, then probably wait and hope that Pokemon prints. Of course, you know, guys, this set literally came out 3 days ago, right? So we still have, in terms of realness, we still have terms of like 2 to 3 years, guys, of this set truly being printed. So I'm guessing we're going to see so much of it out there. You know, if you're just a very cautious and protective investor and want to make sure you can get it right now, whatever, then go ahead and do your thing. But me currently, I'm going to be waiting to pick up the set, guys, at MSRP when I can. If that's waiting a few months, or if that's waiting 1 to 2 years, or even if that's waiting 3 years. And I'm not kidding when I say that. Like, I do not mind waiting 3 years to get this. I have nothing to worry about. So that's my take on it. So keep that in mind. Now, let's hop into the video, guys. So the title's a little bit interesting. You know, we're just going to be going through sort of everything right now and, you know, where the market is, etc., etc. I do want to bring up a very clear Pokemon, of course, in EV-VMAX. EV-VMAX is very interesting. I'm just bringing this up right now off the bat, guys, because a lot of us are looking for promo cards, and here's what I could tell you. This card was a $1 card at one point, and we searched all the way up to nearly $4, and we saw a massive climb, or a massive downturn to around, like, you know, freaking 3, or why is this so okay? Anyway, I don't know why it's like that, but you know, we saw a massive downturn, you know, from 356, whatever. So I'm just not happy about the numbers. However, to be completely honest, guys, this is a Shining Fates exclusive ETB. So, hey, if you want to invest in an EV, if you want to get your hands on a good promo card right now, I don't think this is a bad buy for $5. Just throwing that out there for today's video. Now, I do want to make this very clear, and I don't think a lot of you guys know this or have not fully taken it in. But please put your ego aside and put your investing ideas away and just hear me out as a human being or as a Pokemon collector. Just hear me out right here. We are done with Scarlet and Violet. I'm going to repeat that one more time. We are done with Scarlet and Violet. I don't think you guys realize this yet. I'm just really starting to take it in now. I'm like, oh shit, this is actually it. But guys, we are done with Scarlet and Violet. Like, Mega Evolution is going to be the whole new era that's coming into Pokemon. And theoretically speaking, Scarlet and Violet is now, not exactly, but take this as analogy. Scarlet and Violet, guys, is Sword and Shield. It's that old now, right? I'm going to be completely honest. I felt like this was so out of the blue. I was not expecting Pokemon to officially be done with Scarlet and Violet. I feel like we had a few more sets possibly to go, but they're done. They want to move on. And as I was saying, it's honestly insane. You know, after Prismatic Evolutions, we're 6 months in, and there's still so much hype around this hobby, and we're going into a whole new era. So I can only imagine, guys, where Scarlet and Violet will be in the next few months to a year or 2 years is absolutely going to be so crazy. Like, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I'm not ready for this, and I don't think you are too. You might think, like, yeah, okay, I'm ready, but you guys don't realize that 151, Prismatic Evolution, Surging Sparks, theoretically speaking, right? Theoretically, I'm not saying this is true, but that set is in the past, bro. Like, we're moving on. So, is this a good time to FOMO? Honestly, it might be. I do want to draw this out, and I always like to try to be the most honest person. I do think we will have 1+ year, guys, of massive printing of Scarlet and Violet. I think we're going to see so much still of it, guys, because it's still in the TCG. We still have brand new sets out. We still have Prismatic. We still have, you know, Destin. We still have Black Bolt, White Flare, guys. Those are all new sets, right? So please keep that in mind. I still think we're going to see so much of it. However, what I think people don't realize is the fact that we are done with Scarlet and Violet, guys. We are done with it, bro. It's so crazy that we are already we already tied the knot. Black ball, white flare, guys. That's it. That ends it. And it's just so interesting that, you know, we've had this crazy time. And I could preach this in different ways, but I think the people who really won during this time of Scarlet and Violet, guys, is going to be the people who invested early beginning. And that's a fact. You can't deny that because numbers don't lie, of course. And the people who bought 151, the people who bought, you know, Paldea Evolved and freaking Paldean Fates and, you know, any other of those sets, guys, at a really good cheap price, MSRP, those are the real winners. You know, we have prices for booster boxes for Paldea hitting 400, we have Paldean Fates, you know, 200, we have 151 Pokemon Center ETBs, guys, on the road to $1,000. It's honestly insane, and you can't deny that fact. But what's really happening is it's over. So imagine, guys, what prices will be like in 1 year for those older sets like Paldea, Paldean. I still think we're still might see them circulation, of course. I cannot deny the fact, guys, that there has been reportings of, you know, Paldea Evolved booster boxes at vending machines, and I've heard, dude, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I've heard, guys, there's been 151 ETBs at vending machines too. Honestly, mind-blowing. I don't know if that's 100%, but that's what I've heard. But yeah, it's just been crazy, man, with the amount of shit going on in the market right now, guys. It's absolutely insane. So yeah, please take this into consideration that we're ending Scarlet and Violet. I don't know the best way to draw this out to make it like fun and interesting for you guys, but I think this might be a good way to draw it out. You know, we're all going through a roller coaster right now. Woohoo! So many loops, so many turns, and I don't think you guys realize that the roller coaster just ended, bro. Like, we're done. I feel like a lot of us right now are still on like the uptrend of the roller coaster, having the time of our lives, enjoying the Pokemon hobby, you know, chasing for these crazy sets. And what a lot of you guys don't realize is that you're eventually gonna fall off the cliff when you're like, shit, we're actually done with Scarlet and Violet. And I know for a lot of you it's gonna take quite a while to get used to. I'm still shocked that we're done with it, and the reason why I'm making it such a big deal, guys, the reason why I'm spending so much time talking about this and really implanting it into your head is the fact that Mega Evolution will be the new Scarlet and Violet base set. We're gonna have so many new opportunities in Mega Evolution, and I know a lot of the prices are gonna be scalping prices for the time being. I mean, Mega Evolutions will probably be very high in release, but like, we're going to see a new Shining set. We're going to see a new Special set. We're going to see a new, guys, you know, set that contains really interesting cards. We're going to see a new set that, you know, is like the freaking 151. We're going to see an Evolution set in Mega Evolutions, guys. We're going to get Mega Umbreon. That has never happened, and that'll be the coolest thing if they do that, bro. I'm really hoping they do. But if they bring like a Mega Umbreon EX, bro, imagine all the hype. And then imagine, you know, imagine what Prismatic Evolutions will be when that set comes out. And then imagine what Evolving Skies will be when that set comes out. So really implanting this, guys, into your head is very important. I can't stress it enough. You know, we're also big on investing into Crown Zenith. We're also big into investing in a Lost Origin and Silver Tempest. But we are that set now, guys. We are old, right? Scarlet and Violet is in the chapters now. This is not the current page, it is the last chapter. So please take that into consideration. And more so, back to the video, guys, some sets I'm currently looking into from Scarlet and Violet, now knowing and dotting in my books that it's over, is some of these sets that people don't talk about, like Stellar Crown, Paradox, Temporal. A lot of these sets really are hated on, and they don't get recognized. And to be completely honest, I understand that these are not the strongest sets, but these are Pokemon card sets. What do we see, you know, from freaking Fusion Strike, bro? That set literally was a $100 booster box, and now it's $800. I'm not comparing Fusion Strike to any of these sets, don't get me wrong, but I'm comparing it to the price effect. So I do think that, guys, that these sets could have some really good gain. Stellar Crown, for example, is kind of underrated. We have an ETB, guys, going less for, you know, $100. And I know that sounds crazy saying that, but a lot of us know that ETBs in the current market are costing us $100, right? That's like sort of the base price nowadays to buy an ETB. So to get, you know, a Stellar Crown for $75 is not that bad. To get a Pokemon Center ETB for $110 is not even that bad. And to get the chase card, guys, the Squirtle, the Bulbasaur, and the Terapagos literally combined all for $150 is not that bad. So investing into these sets, I don't think is that bad of an opportunity. And as a lot of you know, I always say be patient. But, you know, sets like Stellar Crown, sets like, you know, Temporal, and all these sets, guys, they're old, right? I honestly cannot tell you how much longer we'll have of these sets. And I've played the TCG during the Sword and Shield era, and I know how sets rotate out. I can tell you guys that Scarlet and Violet base set will rotate out pretty soon. I don't know the official date. I don't know if it will be next year or it might be the next year after that. I actually don't think so. I think it will be next year, just on what I know. That practically means, guys, that Scarlet and Violet to freaking, I don't even know. I mean, I can't even tell you guys. Maybe, you know, freaking Stellar Crown and Temporal Forces, they'll be rotated out of format. So imagine what that will do to those prices. You know, when those rotate out of TCG, usually Pokemon stops printing them. So you guys have to realize that literally next year in April, whenever Pokemon does their TCG rotations, we're going to see massive spikes in these sets. And I really don't think a lot of us are mentally prepared for this, including myself. But I'm just alerting you guys. I'm keeping you guys on the eye spot, right? Don't be so hyped on, you know, Destin and Black Bolt and freaking Prismatic Evolutions. I know they're crazy and I understand that, but pay attention to these sleeper builds, guys. You know, now moving on to Paradox Rift, we have this set, which I do find interesting. You know, we have the Ground Down, we have the Roaring Moon, the Altaria. All sets really cater to Scarlet and Violet, like the Roaring Moon, the freaking Iron Villain, how you say that, the Gold, I don't even know how to see these Pokemon. But my point being is that you guys should be really looking into the older sets now from Scarlet and Violet. I understand that Paldea Evolved is very expensive, but there are sets like this that still have that very good opportunity. I mean, what truly makes the Magikarp different from the Groudon, I can only give that for you to answer. But at the end of the day, they're two really known Pokemon, and if we guard the fact of the prices, they still have really nice artworks. So imagine, guys, if this Groudon hits, you know, freaking $200-$300 like the Magikarp. I can see that happening, bro. It's like nothing that is crazy to be expected. And what's really nice right now, guys, is a lot of these cards are down right now. You know, we saw a massive spike during Prismatic release, then ever since then there's been a massive downturn. You pick up this card near mint for $70 right now, which is not that bad at all. So maybe looking into these sets, guys, might be a very good opportunity. You know, we have sets like Temporal as well, which I don't think is that bad. I mean, you know, regard the fact of these Pokemon, and if you like them or not, they're so chase cards. And if you don't want to invest in these, go for the freaking Gengar, bro. Go for the Morty's Conviction. Like, very solid Pokemon right now that you should be looking to pick up. And as I was saying, guys, these cards fell. You know, during Prismatic, they all spiked. You know, this hit freaking $25, and past 6 months we're down 13%. Same thing with this card right here. We're down nearly 15%. Look, this is a perfect bubble, bro. This is not a bad graph. I mean, we literally saw a surge, boom, 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 and then fall. It's such a nice graph to look at. So this might be a very good time, guys, to pick up these cards right now. And the main reason why I'm bringing these sets up, and, you know, I could even argue that Prismatic Evolutions might be a good investment theoretically, and the only reason, guys, why I will argue Prismatic Evolutions being a solid investment is the fact, guys, that this set is getting kind of old now. I don't think a lot of you guys realize that Prismatic is actually an old set as we speak. I mean, in all seriousness, I understand that it's still new, but Prismatic came out, guys, in January, and right now we are currently in July. This set is, in all realness, guys, 5 months old. And what do we know about Pokemon sets? They usually have a rotation of 2 to 3 years of print. So theoretically speaking, guys, we are 25% to 20% done with Prismatic already, dude. And I was watching a Pokemon YouTuber. He was talking about this exact same thing. Like, a lot of us don't realize this stuff, you know? A lot of us are just so focused on the fact, like, oh my god, I'm getting Black Bolt. Oh yes, I'm getting Destin. And not really paying attention to what's really going on. I think a lot of you guys are sort of just, you know, sleeping right now. Like, you guys are not really paying attention to what's really happening. You guys need to be awake and more so pay to the dates. You guys need to pay attention to, you know, what will happen next year. Not happen next year in terms of prices or sets, but pay attention to what will happen in terms of the TCG. Keep in mind, I don't like to gatekeep anything, and I think this is a very important fact, and I never brought it up, and I'm happy I am bringing it up now, is that TCG, guys, is a very important factor to look at when investing into Pokemon. This is a whole separate category from collecting, but it's very important. What the TCG offers, right? The TCG offers that that timestamp. It offers us to know that when sets will rotate out, what sets are currently in, what sets rotated out last year, this year as well. So please pay attention to this. You know, I believe, and please don't quote me on this, because I don't know. I can't look on the top of my head, and I could. Let me just look that up. What sets rotated out of standard Pokemon 2025? Let me see, just to make sure. Yeah, this freaking year, bro, 2025, right? We freaking saw V-Stars. We saw all of these sets rotate out. We saw from, I believe, if I remember this on top of my head, we saw from Brilliant Stars to Silver Tempest, Lost Origin, and Astral Radiance rotate out. And what does that mean, guys? That means that prices for those sets will rise, because when it rotates out of TCG, the Pokemon company is less obligated to print those sets, as there's truly no need, right? So pay attention to the TCG, guys. Pay attention to dates. Pay attention to all of these major small things, and you will realize that your investing knowledge will become so much more knowledgeable. You know, you can go off the solid fact that Prismatic Evolutions is a good investment. You could say, well, I argue that in 5 years it will be up, and probably in 5 years you're going to make a lot of money, no matter if you invest now or wait, right? Because 5 years is a long time. But if you look into that fact that Prismatic Evolutions, guys, is kind of an old set right now, right? And we're already 25% done. That's a fact. You can't deny that. With the print run, most likely, we're going to see, you know, prices rise just a little bit, because it's not out of print. Pokemon's going to be less obligated to print that. And then, you know, next year it's going to be freaking almost 70% done printing, bro. We're going to see it be that old. And then we'll be like, okay, maybe I should start picking up Prismatic. I should stop holding it off. I might just have to pay scalper prices, and that be it. Whatever, right? Whatever your point is. But using knowledge, using time, and then realizing, guys, that next year Prismatic Evolutions will most likely be out of the print on the TCG. And you're like, oh shit, so we are done with the print run. We're out of the TCG. This really might be the last time. And then during that time, who knows, Prismatic Evolutions might be the next Evolving Skies. And what will even happen to Evolving Skies, I can't even tell you. But I'm sorry, guys, that I didn't really go over investments in today's video. I'm sorry that I really didn't preach a lot of good things as I usually do, but I do think that this video was very important, and I'm sorry I might have clickbaited you or whatever. I'm hoping, guys, I implanted good news into your head, and I'm hoping that even if you heard this, I'm hoping that this re-sparked that knowledge to really pay attention to dates, TCGs, and everything like that, and realize this stuff, guys. This is what I'm doing every day. This is what I'm doing every single time I make an investment. This is everything I'm doing when I go to a card show, right? I make sure that I have all of this stuff ingrained in my head. And investing into V-Stars, investing into trainer galleries from Sword and Shield is a really good thing right now, because they're out of print. And guess what? They're still really affordable. Investing into EXs might not be the greatest thing as of right now, but for long term they might be. And maybe investing into older Scarlet and Violet sets, guys, because next year they will be out of print, right? Or not out of print, I'm sorry, out of the TCG. Who knows, they might be out of print during that time. That could also be the thing. But yeah, please pay attention to those things, guys. I'm hoping I did teach you all something. As always, thank you. Join the Discord, please. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, chat.